Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that sharp sting when someone you trusted deeply turns their back on you? When a friend, a partner, or even a family member betrays you, and suddenly the ground beneath you feels unsteady? If you have, you know that betrayal isn't just about losing trust. It's like a punch to the soul. It leaves you questioning everything, your relationships, your choices, even your own worth. And here's the truth. Betrayal can feel like one of the deepest cuts to the heart. It can leave scars that last for years if we let it. But what if I told you something different? What if I told you that philosophy, wisdom that's lasted for thousands of years, holds powerful tools to help you heal, tools that help you regain your strength, tools that help you see the betrayal not as something that breaks you, but as something that can build you stronger, wiser, and more at peace? Imagine turning betrayal into clarity, turning pain into purpose, and discovering a deeper part of yourself that no one can ever take from you. That's exactly what we're going to explore in today's video. What you'll discover today. In this video, we'll break down how ancient philosophies like Stoicism, Buddhism, and Taoism offer powerful guidance for handling betrayal. We'll look at how Stoicism helps you focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. How Buddhism teaches the art of letting go of attachments that cause suffering. And how Taoism reminds us to flow with life's natural course, even when it brings heartbreak. But this won't just be abstract ideas. I'll share simple, practical steps you can try today. Steps that can help you shift from feeling powerless to feeling grounded and strong. Let's begin our journey into ancient wisdom with Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided emperors, soldiers, and everyday people through life's hardest moments for thousands of years. And when it comes to handling betrayal, Stoicism offers some of the clearest, most empowering guidance you'll ever find. You see, one of the core teachings of Stoicism comes from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, and his words are simple but life-changing. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. What does this mean in the face of betrayal? When someone betrays us, whether it's a friend who breaks our trust, a partner who lies, or a colleague who undermines us, our first instinct is often to focus on them. Why did they do this? How could they hurt me like that? What can I do to make them see the pain they've caused? But Stoicism gently but firmly redirects our energy. It reminds us, you can't control other people. You can't undo what's been done. But what you can control is what happens next inside you. You can control how you choose to think about the betrayal. You can control whether you feed anger or choose peace. You can control what lessons you take from this pain and how you use them to grow stronger. A personal reflection. I'll share a moment from my own life. Years ago, I trusted someone with something deeply personal, and they betrayed that trust in a way that left me hurt and humiliated. For weeks, my mind kept replaying the moment, thinking of what I could have said, what I could have done differently. But all it brought me was more pain, more exhaustion. The turning point came when I finally asked myself, what part of this is within my control now? And the answer was clear: only my mind, only my response. When I shifted my focus from them to me, the healing began. Practical Stoic steps you can try today. So how can you apply this Stoic wisdom in your own life right now? Journaling. Start by writing down your thoughts and feelings, not to judge them, but to observe them. This helps you separate facts from the stories your mind is telling. Morning or evening reflection. Take 5 minutes to ask yourself, what today was within my control? What wasn't? How did I handle both? Pause before reaction. When you feel the anger or sadness surge, pause. Take a deep breath. Remember, this feeling is yours to manage, not theirs to fix. A real-life example, I know someone who went through a painful breakup after betrayal. Instead of letting bitterness define her, she turned to stoic practices. Each morning she journaled what she could control: her health, her work, her kindness to herself. Each night she reflected on what she learned that day. Over time, she said, the betrayal became less about the person who hurt her and more about the strength she found within. Reflection for you. Take a moment. Ask yourself right now, what part of my response to betrayal is within my control today? Is it your thoughts? Is it your actions? Is it the meaning you give to what happened? Whatever it is, that's where your power lives. Why stoic wisdom matters now. In today's world, betrayal can feel even more overwhelming. Social media amplifies it. We see reminders everywhere. But that also means the power of stoicism is more important than ever. When you choose to focus on your mind, your thoughts, your reactions, you reclaim the peace that betrayal tried to take from you, and that's a peace no one can steal. Now let's take a deep breath and step into the calming wisdom of Buddhism, a philosophy that for thousands of years has helped people face suffering with clarity, compassion, and peace. And when it comes to betrayal, that sharp pain of broken trust, Buddhism offers us a path not to escape the pain, but to understand it and eventually to free ourselves from it. You see, at the heart of Buddhism is a simple yet powerful truth. Suffering comes from attachment. It's not the event itself, the betrayal, that causes the deepest pain. It's what we cling to in our minds and hearts that keeps the wound open. What does this mean in the face of betrayal? Let's break this down. When someone betrays us, what hurts isn't just what they did. It's the shattering of what we expected from them. We expected loyalty. We expected honesty. We expected their love or support to last. And when reality doesn't match those expectations, the gap between the two, that's where suffering is born. The more tightly we cling to how it should have been, the harder it is to heal. A personal reflection. I remember a time in my own life when I felt deeply betrayed. A friend I trusted with my vulnerabilities used them against me in a moment of anger. And for months, what replayed in my mind wasn't just what they said, it was my disbelief. They weren't supposed to do that. They were supposed to protect me, not hurt me. It wasn't until I began to explore Buddhist teachings, reading about attachment, practicing simple mindfulness, that I realized I wasn't just holding on to the pain. I was holding on to the story of how they should have behaved. And that story was keeping me stuck. When I let go of that story, the pain began to loosen its grip. Warsin, how can you practice letting go? So what does this look like in real life, beyond ideas and into action? Mindfulness meditation. Take a few minutes each day to simply sit with your thoughts and feelings without judging them. Let them rise and fall like waves. Notice when you're clinging to an expectation and gently release it. Loving kindness meditation metta. This may sound impossible at first, but try sending a simple wish for peace for yourself, and eventually even for the one who betrayed you. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve freedom from bitterness. Gentle inquiry. When a painful memory surfaces, ask yourself, what am I clinging to right now? What expectation can I release just a little to ease my heart? A real-life example, I know someone who went through a painful divorce after infidelity. For a long time, she held on to the belief They owed me faithfulness. They broke their promise. And that belief was true. But holding it tightly kept the wound fresh. It was through daily mindfulness journaling and therapy, grounded in Buddhist ideas of non-attachment, that she began to let go of needing the past to be different. And as she let go, she found peace. Not because what happened was okay, but because she no longer let it define her present. Reflection for you. Take a moment. Ask yourself right now, what expectation can I let go of today to ease my heart? Is it the belief that someone should have treated you better, that they should have valued you the way you deserved, that the relationship should have lasted? Whatever it is, what would it feel like to loosen your grip on that belief? Just a little. Why Buddhist wisdom matters now? In a world where betrayal can feel even heavier, with reminders everywhere on social media, in shared circles, Buddhist teachings offer us a timeless reminder. The path to peace isn't about changing the past or controlling others. It's about changing our relationship with our own expectations, and that's something we can control. Now let's shift into the gentle flowing wisdom of Taoism, the ancient philosophy that teaches us how to move through life's storms with grace, not force. And when it comes to betrayal, Taoism offers something truly powerful, a way to stop fighting what we can't control and start flowing with the natural course of life, even when it hurts. One of the most beautiful reminders from Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, is this: nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Take a breath and let that sink in for a moment. Nature doesn't rush, it doesn't force, it allows. And in that allowing, everything unfolds in its perfect time. Show me, what does this mean in the face of betrayal? When someone betrays us, our instinct is often to push, to fight, to try to make things right. We may feel the urge to confront the person, demand answers, or even seek revenge. Or we might obsess over how we could have stopped it, how we could have prevented the hurt. But Taoism reminds us betrayal, like the changing of the seasons, is part of life's natural flow. It's not something to resist at all costs. It's something to move through, learn from, and grow beyond without rushing, without forcing. A personal reflection: I remember a time when I faced betrayal in a close friendship. My first instinct was to fix it, to call, to explain, to try to make the person see my pain, hoping they'd undo what was done. But the more I tried to force resolution, the more exhausted I became. It felt like swimming against a current that only pulled me deeper into frustration. It wasn't until I started practicing Taoist-inspired reflection, simply letting things be, that I felt a shift. I began spending time in nature. I walked without my phone. I sat by the water and listened, really listened to the quiet. And in that space, I realized the healing I was seeking wouldn't come from controlling the situation. It would come from surrendering to life's flow and focusing on my own inner balance. How can you apply this Taoist wisdom today? Here are some simple, gentle ways to practice Taoist flow after betrayal. Spend time in nature. Go for a walk. Sit under a tree. Watch the sky. Notice how nothing in nature hurries, and yet everything unfolds perfectly. Breathe with awareness. When your mind races with what ifs or anger, pause. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. Let your breath remind you, this moment is enough. Let go of forcing solutions. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to stop pushing and start allowing life to guide me? Focus on rebuilding your inner strength. Instead of planning how to fix or change what happened, ask, what small thing can I do today that nourishes my spirit? A real-life example. I know someone who faced betrayal in their career. A trusted colleague took credit for their work. Their first reaction was outrage and the urge to set the record straight. But after days of stress, they chose a different path. They focused on their own growth. They took daily walks, practiced mindfulness, and poured their energy into projects that reflected their values. And here's the beauty of it. In time, their steady presence and true work spoke louder than the betrayal ever could. So we've explored how Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. We've reflected on how Buddhism invites us to let go of attachments that fuel our suffering. And we've discovered how Taoism encourages us to flow with life's natural course rather than fight it. But now comes the part that matters most. How do we take this wisdom and actually use it in our daily lives to heal from betrayal? Because philosophy, no matter how beautiful, is only as powerful as the way we live it. 1. Journaling. Give your thoughts a safe place. When we're betrayed, our minds can feel like a storm. Thoughts swirl, emotions crash, and it's hard to see clearly. This is where journaling becomes a lifeline. What it is, set aside 10 minutes a day to write freely. Let it all out, the anger, the hurt, the confusion. Don't censor yourself. This isn't about creating a polished story. It's about releasing the weight inside you. How it helps. Writing helps you untangle your thoughts. It allows you to step back and see, what am I really feeling? What am I holding on to that no longer serves me? Try this journaling prompt tonight. What part of this betrayal is outside of my control, and how can I let it go? What small action can I take today to care for my heart? Bonus tip. Link your journaling with Stoic reflection. End each entry by asking what is within my power today. 2. Mindful breathing. Find your center in the chaos. After betrayal, it's easy to get lost in rumination, replaying what happened, what you said, what you wish you'd done. Mindful breathing helps interrupt that cycle. It anchors you in the present. What it is, set a timer for 3 or 5 minutes. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, or soften your gaze. Gently focus on your breath, the inhale, the exhale. When your mind drifts, and it will just notice and bring it back to the breath. How it helps. This simple act reminds you, you are here, you are safe, you can choose where your mind rests. Try this right now. Take a slow, deep breath. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Feel your body soften, your heart steady. Bonus tip. Use this whenever you feel anger or sadness rising. A few conscious breaths can create the space to respond thoughtfully, not react impulsively. 3. Sharing. Break the isolation of betrayal. Betrayal can make us want to retreat to protect ourselves from further hurt. That's natural, but isolation often deepens the wound. Sharing with someone trustworthy can be deeply healing. What it is. Reach out to someone who listens without judgment, a friend, a counselor, a support group. Speak your truth. You don't need solutions. Just being heard is powerful. How it helps. When you share, you realize you're not alone. Your feelings are valid. There is life beyond this pain. Try this soon. Call or meet with someone who sees you for who you are, not just what you've been through. Or if you're not ready to speak, write them a letter, even if you never send it. Bonus tip. Listening to others' stories can also shift your perspective. You'll see how betrayal is part of the human experience and how people rise from it stronger. Bringing it all together. You don't have to master these practices overnight. Start small. Maybe tonight you write a few lines, tomorrow you try 3 minutes of mindful breathing. This weekend you reach out to someone you trust. The point isn't perfection. The point is movement, gentle, steady steps toward healing. Philosophy gives us the map. These practices are how we walk the path. So let's take a breath together as we come to the end of this journey. Betrayal hurts. There's no way around that truth. If you've been betrayed, you know the sting, the confusion, the anger, the heartbreak. It shakes your sense of safety. It makes you question the people you trusted, sometimes even yourself. But here's the powerful truth we've explored today. That pain, while very human, doesn't have to define you. With philosophy as your guide, you can choose to transform that pain into strength, into wisdom, into freedom. Think about it. Betrayal may have changed your story, but it doesn't get to write the ending. You do. What does this really mean for you? It means you can choose to focus like the Stoics on what's in your control. Your mind, your choices, your growth. It means you can practice like in Buddhism, letting go of the attachments and expectations that keep you stuck in suffering. It means you can flow like Taoism teaches with life's natural course, trusting that healing will come as surely as the seasons change. And it means you can take real simple steps, journaling, breathing, sharing, to move from hurt toward healing. Najidi Ali, a reflection for you. Right now, I invite you to pause and ask yourself, which philosophical idea spoke to me most today, and how might I apply it in my life? Is it the Stoic practice of focusing on what you can control? Is it the Buddhist art of letting go? Is it the Taoist wisdom of flowing with what is rather than fighting what was? There's no right answer, only your answer. And here's the beautiful part. That answer is the first step on your path forward.